Part 1. Before. December 1970. Tilbury, England. Audrey Bailey is on deck as the SS Oriana finally begins to ease her way backwards out of the dock. Someone's given her a streamer, but she's holding it clenched in her fist as she stands cheek by jowl with the other passengers and stares silently at the crowds on the quay. Everyone's waving flags, calling and shouting to friends and relatives. A band's playing on shore, and she can hear the rousing rhythm of sea shanties. The din is unbearable. Then, as Audrey stares at the mass of humanity below, she catches sight of something that takes her breath away. The shape of a man, the colour of his hair, and the way he moves his arm as he waves a white hanky at the ship. Reflexively, Audrey raises her hand and waves back, knowing, even as she does, that it can't be. It can't be her father. "Bye," she mouths, the word silent on her lips. "Bye, Daddy." Audrey's hand remains in the air for a second or two as she turns her eyes to the sky, overcome with emotion. Then she turns abruptly and pushes her way back through the crowds, no longer willing to witness the ship's departure. She walks until she finds a deck that's less populated, sinks into a deck chair and tries simply to exist. All that is her, all that is Audrey Bailey, is gone. Her body is a shell, the softness inside her decimated. She sits in the deck chair for a long time, her head bowed, her eyes closed, just breathing, in, out, in, out, in, out. If I do this enough, she thinks, this day will end, and then I will do the same tomorrow. I will get through this, one day at a time. Oblivious to her surroundings, Audrey does nothing but exist. After some time, maybe an hour, maybe more, Audrey feels the rhythm of the engines move up a notch. She senses faster movement. She opens her eyes slowly and looks up. Her hair's whipped by a fresh breeze, and she sees that the ship's already at sea. Slowly she walks to the railing and stares down at the murky grey-brown water. There are plenty more fish in the sea. Audrey tries to see through the water, tries to seek out something, anything of the sea life that must swim far beneath the shipping lane. So where are they, these famous fish? If I had a penny. Audrey shakes her head to stop the thought. She'd had it so many times she doesn't even need to complete the sentence. If she had a penny for every time some well-meaning person's given her arm a sympathetic rub and told her that Patrick clearly wasn't the right one for you, dear, and that there are plenty more fish in the sea. She'd have been able to afford proper nursing care for her dad, and given herself a bit of a break. Maybe then Patrick would have stayed. It's a circular thought, one that's now so familiar it's become part of the fabric of her being. Audrey looks up. In the distance she can see land. It's still England, she presumes, and she feels a curious detachment from the leaving of her homeland for the first time in her life. There's nothing there for you anymore, she tells herself. Nothing. She's adjusted as much as anyone can to losing her mother at a young age, now her father. Her rock has gone too. A stroke. A painfully slow recovery, and then another massive stroke. Audrey swallows a sob. Since the funeral, Audrey's been haunted by dreams, cruel dreams in which both her parents are still alive, and then she wakes, sweating, in the early hours, plagued by the terror that she's suddenly alone in the world. But rather than lie in bed panicking, Audrey's learned to get up, at 3:30 a.m., at 4 a.m., and to pace the worn-out carpet of her rented studio. She tries to outwalk the fear of being alone. No parents, no fiancé, no plans, no life. Now, standing on the deck of SS Oriana, she takes a deep breath. Her life is changing for the better. She rummages in her coat pocket and pulls out an aerogram, the thin paper covered in loops of blobby blue biro. "Dear Audrey," she reads, although she's read it so many times, spent so many nights thinking about it.